Oh, you know I love it when long boxes like this arrive at my desk. It just means that I get to play with a new keyboard, and this one's a bit special. You'll get to see why in a little bit. Let's get it unboxed and tested. But before we continue with the video, let's keep the lights on here in the studio. This video was brought to you by Sneak Attack Design Lab. They're a clothing company that specializes in technical fashion, more commonly known as techwear, and you can see me in their clothes in most of my videos. I've been supporting their brand ever since I met them back in 2019, and now they're returning the favor. Head on over to the link in the description to get 10% off of your order from their site. Check their clothes out. You're bound to see something badass over there that'll look great on you. Thank you very much to Sneak Attack for this exclusive promo for my viewers. Now, back to the video. So this is the ILovBee B87 mechanical keyboard. It's well covered among tech media and hobbyists now, and I'm super excited to have it in my desk. And as we can see, it comes in a basic black box with just the ILovBee logo at the front and an illustration of the keyboard at the back. Very minimal art. Alright. Upon opening it up, we can see the keyboard itself wrapped in a wax bag with an included plastic cover held in place by two closed-cell foam mold caps to protect it from bumps during shipping. Good job with the packaging protection, ILovBee. Let's take out the keyboard for now and check out the accessories. In two little baggies here at the side, we have three extra ILovBee switches. They have mint cases with purple stems and are linear. Okay. Then in another baggie, we have a box containing the secret weapon of this keyboard, but we're not going to open that now. Later. Moving on down to the big box, we get a USB-A to USB-C data and charging cable, which is just USB 2.0, so don't expect fast charging for the 3150 mAh battery for this. We also get a combination switch and keycap puller. Pretty standard. And lastly, under everything is the quick start guide, but it's in a language that I do not read. So yeah, online manual it is for little old me. Alright, that's everything in the box. Let's head on over to the keyboard for the product tour. Before moving on to the product tour, I would just like to remind you that if you're liking the video so far, please consider subscribing. Less than 1% of the people watching my videos are subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is free and greatly helps me in continuously creating content for this channel, and of course, is always greatly appreciated. Alright, let's head on over to the product tour. Before we start this very detailed product tour, let me just say that I freaking love this aged brown and maroon colorway. Just for the simple reason that maroon is one of the dominant colors of my well-beloved alma mater, University of the Philippines, Diliman. Now, I just need to add some green here, but that's for another video. Let's start with the product tour. As we can see, the ILovBee B87 is an 80% keyboard, meaning that it's got the numpad area chopped off but retains the modifier cluster and the arrow keys. The case and the majority of the keys are in this two-tone aged brown color, with some accent keys in a deeper shade of aged brown and some in this deep maroon color. Legends are mostly in maroon, with the maroon keys sporting white legends. I love it. Apart from the unique colorway, we also get some additional futuristic design flares on the case, like this section here at the top right, here at the front, and here at the back. There's also a funny, a bit out of place maroon plate here that says "Live fast, drive faster," which sounds like a Vin Diesel quote from the Fast and the Furious movies. All it's missing is a mention of family. Anyways, here at the front, we can also see the magnetic dock for the 2.4 GHz wireless receiver, the three-way switch to toggle between 2.4 GHz wireless, wired, and Bluetooth usage modes, and of course, the USB-C port for data and charging. And lastly, right above that, we have a little retro-looking badge of the ILovBee logo at the top left of the face of the keyboard. At the underside, we get a little metal plate in the middle and some large rubber feet at the corners. This keyboard also has two-stage flip-up feet, so you've got some flexibility when it comes to typing angle. Modders and hobbyists are also going to be glad to see that all the 6 screws holding the keyboard together are accessible from the underside here. Pulling off a keycap, we can immediately see that it's made of double-shot PBT, so you can be sure that the legends won't fade over time in use. And pulling off the spacebar, we can see that it's using standard cherry stabilizers that are pre-lubed from the factory. We can also see the pour-on foam wedged in between the flex plate and the actual PCB. And lastly, we come to this little guy. Inside this little box is a feature that's increasingly becoming common with keyboards at this price range. which is a dial. It can take the spot of the pause button here at the top right once the keycap in the switch is removed. Let's plug this in for a bit to test it out and see the pretty lights. Now, don't that look nice? Alright, on default, the dial controls system volume, and pressing the dial toggles mute. There is no secondary feature as I can see, no long press to toggle through different modes. Alright, time to open this up. After undoing 6 screws at the underside here, we can now slowly and carefully lift up the bottom plate. Do this gently as there is a ribbon cable connected to the bottom case to the main board. Now that's removed, we can now see the gasket mounting mechanism that the B87 uses to suspend the main board. We can see that it uses a leaf spring style suspension, similar to what's being used in cars of olden days, with additional rubber dampener inserts in the main board. It's pretty solid. Taking a look at the main board, this is where we can see the flexible main mounting plate with relief cuts and the 2 layers of thick poron foam that sandwiches the main board. This is a very well-made keyboard for this price, that's for sure. Alright, what a sweet looking keyboard. Let's get it reassembled and fired up to test out the software. Upon opening up the ILovBee B87 software, we're immediately greeted by the key assignment page. This is where we can change profiles and key assignments for the keyboard. Heading on over to the next page, we have macro. This is just where we can record macro inputs, customize and save them so we can assign it to keys from the previous page. Like I usually say, this is a pretty common feature, so I won't delve into this too deeply. Next page we have is light effect mode, which just changes the lighting on the keyboard. Lots of presets here and even modes to adjust the brightness, speed, and sleep time to conserve battery. Last page we have is custom lights, where we can assign different animations to the perky LEDs on the B87. Pretty useful if you're a fan of granular customization. And yeah, that's everything for the software. Time for the most important part, how the keyboard sounds. Let's go. So for this sound test, I'm pitting the ILovBee B87 against 2 similarly featured and feeling keyboards I've taken a look at recently, the Aula F75 and the Gravastar K1 Lite. Let's hear how they sound. Yeah, now those are some nice marbly sounding keyboards. I think the B87 stacked up well against them. It definitely sounded better than the K1 Lite, but I can't definitively say if it sounds better than the F75. I noticed that out of the 3, the B87 had the lowest timbre or register, the F75 had the middle one, and the K1 Lite had the highest. While that isn't a clear indication of quality, it does fall under the purview of personal preference. What does indicate quality is typing feel, and yeah, this is it, chief. It feels even smoother than the F75, it isn't as light and delicate as the K1 Lite, and it's got the same actuation weight as the F75. But it feels way smoother to type on. This is very impressive, ILovBee. Overall, an amazing experience. So what do we think about the ILovBee B87? I've been seeing a lot of content creators and tech reviewers awarding and calling it the budget king of 2024, and I'm going to have to agree with them. Based on the feel and the sound alone, this should be able to run with some moderately priced customs. But at $60, it's going to undercut almost all of its competition. There are some small things to point out, like that Vin Diesel coat at the front and the lack of an all-white option. But none of it is enough to detract from the amazing value of this keyboard. If anything, it just means that ILovBee has some more space to improve in the next version. This is an amazing keyboard out of the box, and because of its easy open case and robust standardized parts, it can be an amazing mod platform as well. Hell of a job here, ILovBee. Keep them coming. So that's the ILovBee B87. Do you have any questions about it? Leave them down in the comment and I'll do my best to answer them. While you're there, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.